me, don't you? You hate 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 me, don't you?
Said he wanna stop being compared. You know what I'm saying? Stop comparing me to Michael Jackson. Stop comparing me to this and that. Beyonce had a little malfunction. She was on her tour. You know what I'm saying? Suspended in the air. And Scott Storch went on a podcast interview that was making some harsh claims on the roots. Will Smith dropped a freestyle and mentioned Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? This is the Eminem's daughter, Hailie. You know what I'm saying? Hailie had definitely put out, did an interview with People magazine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? You feel me? It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day. It's a new week. You know what I mean? It's a new week. I hope all y'all doing cool for this new week. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all starting your week off cool. Hope y'all had a good day at work today. You know what I mean? Hope you was at the top of your production on this fine Monday. You know what I mean? Shit, fine Monday. Summer is kicking in. You know what I mean? It is hot early out this motherfucker. It was 100 degrees at motherfucker 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting real spooky hot out this bitch. You feel me? It's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? My AC been working his ass off all day. You know what I mean? Since about 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It kicked on. I let you know it's gonna be a hot fucking day whenever the AC kick on that early in the morning. You know what I mean? So it's getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Getting hot everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Not just here. It's about to touch 100-degree weathers for sure if it ain't already in your section. You know what I mean? It's coming. That heat is coming with a vengeance because it took its time this year. You know what I mean? But chill though, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? This episode 269 today. You know what I'm saying? Episode 269. You feel me? Got a few little topics for you today. You know what I'm saying? This your first time in. This is where we do headlines, updates. I touch on the news, touch on what's going on. I touch on whatever made a headline, whatever made a headline when you open up your webpage. You know what I'm saying? And you seen on Google or you seen on YouTube, whatever that made a headline that motherfuckers is talking about, I'm probably touching on that shit right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. Hope you here to kick your feet up after you hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Hope you kick your feet up and enjoy your day. You know what I'm saying? Get you a fresh dosage of the daily news on the daily, Monday through Friday. You feel me? But yeah, though, man, you know what I'm saying? Today gonna be episode 269. You know what I mean? I hope y'all enjoyed episode 268. You know what I'm saying? I put that out on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed that episode where I let you know that Fat Joe is getting hit with a $20 million lawsuit from his former hype man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to sue that nigga, saying he was coercive behavior, trying to say he was a PDF, labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, psychological coercion, and all this shit that he tried to say. I let you know. Showed you clips on that. Also touched on Cameron, how he inked a deal for $750,000 for him to write a memoir. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be coming out February 2026. Somebody really wanted to know about his past life and his tours, paying him $750 bands to write that memoir. You know what I'm saying? Also let you know Selena Gomez revealed who her childhood crush was, and that was Ice Cube. But also Offset also revealed who his childhood crush was, and that was motherfucking Sabrina Carpenter. You know what I mean? That was episode 268. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all put y'all up on some information that you didn't know, just like I'm hoping to do on this episode. Put you up on some info that you didn't know. You feel me? So for 269, we're gonna go down. We're gonna touch on Chris Brown. Said he want to stop being compared to other artists. You know what I'm saying? We're also gonna touch on Beyonce had a little malfunction in one of her concerts on this Cowboy tour. Also gonna touch on Scott Storch, how he claimed what the Roots was calling him and that they wasn't appreciative of him and such and so on. Will Smith did a freestyle, mentioned Chris Rock in it. Also, we're gonna touch on Eminem's daughter, Hailie. She went on and said on the People magazine and said she understands the battle for her dad's privacy, and also she got a little show coming out on YouTube that I'm gonna touch on, let you know about. Got a little pilot clip, little teaser trailer for it and all that. You feel me? I'm gonna let you know. So that's 5 topics today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go buy them in the news, and then you gonna hear my final closing thoughts on all the subjects. You feel me? That's how this shit goes on this shit. If you new here, that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, without no more motherfucking banter, you know what I'm saying? Let's kick it off, you feel me? So let's jump right into these topics. So Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? Chris Brown said he want to stop being compared. You know what I'm saying? Stop comparing me to Michael Jackson. Stop comparing me to this and that and other great artists in the past. If you ain't done what the fuck I did, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't through all the media pressure and all the scrutiny and all the motherfucking blogs talking shit and all this and that, if you ain't sustained and maintained through all that up until now, don't compare me to no goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty much what Chris Brown was saying. So this little pic right here that you see, you feel me? That's what he had let out to the public. You know what I'm saying? And this is a post that he put on his Instagram, as you could see. You know what I mean? As you all see on the screen. It says, I wish y'all stop comparing me to other artists and saying me versus someone else. Until one of these artists do all this shit by themselves with no help and the media constantly fucking with them, they come holler at me. I'm trying to feed my family. I can give a fuck about the next artist and what they doing. I don't fuck with celebrities at all, and I'm not welcome in their circles. Breezy Bowl is for the dedicated fans who actually want to be there. Fuck everything else. I've been only busting my ass for the last 20 years, and I understand I will never be recognized for nothing more than drama. So miss me with all that shit, please. So that's what you see. As you see, that's what he posted on his Instagram account. You feel me? Posted that on his Instagram account. So this next little clip you about to see is just a little clip of, you know what I'm saying, letting you know about this situation, summarizing, putting it in a nutshell for you about Chris Brown not wanting to be compared to nobody no more. Stop it, he said. Check this clip out.
Brown is officially over the comparisons. After nearly 2 decades in the music industry, he's telling everyone to stop putting him up against legends like Michael Jackson or in a versus battle with anyone else. While on his Breezy Bowl 20 World Tour, he took to Instagram to vent. He basically said that until another artist can do what he's done, for as long as he has, all while dealing with constant media pressure, then people can talk. He wrote, I'm trying to feed my family. I could care less about the next artist and what they're doing. He got real, saying he feels like an outcast among celebrities and that he'll probably only be remembered for the drama, not his incredible body of work. He believes he's been working his butt off for 20 years and just wants to be recognized for his own unique journey. Fans are showing support, but the message is clear. Brown is done with the debates. He's not the next MJ. He's the first and only Chris Brown. And he's focused on cementing his legacy on his own terms.
You know what I'm saying? That was a clip letting you know all about what's going on. Chris Brown said he don't want to be compared no more. Goddamn it, stop comparing him to other motherfucking artists. You feel me? I am myself, he said. Beyonce had a little malfunction. She was on her tour, you know what I'm saying, suspended in the air in a drop top. You feel me? Performing 16 Candles. And then looked like one of the cords had snapped as the car was all of a sudden leaning to the side. And she was leaning in it and she signaled real fast. And they lowered her down to the ground safely without no incident. You know what I'm saying? So this was recorded by somebody who was there. The little incident malfunction. Beyonce singing 16 Candles and they had to lower her down. This clip you about to see is a clip of them lowering her down safely. And she walked back and went to perform on stage safely without an incident. Fortunately. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was hurt. She was able to get down to the ground safely after something malfunctioned on the car, and the car started leaning while she was sitting in it. Check this clip out. you know what I'm saying? That was her being lowered to the ground. The car started tilting. Looked like one of the cords that came loose or something of that nature. They said it was just a mishap. You know what I'm saying? But nobody got hurt. The car didn't fall. She didn't fall. None of that. So that's good. You know what I mean? Scott Storch went on a podcast interview that was making some harsh claims on the Roots. Said that when he was working at the Roots, said that they didn't appreciate that nigga. Said they called him the white devil. You know what I mean? Said the white devil on the keys. You know what I'm saying? And they just wasn't appreciating him. Said they was dogging him and shit like that and wasn't giving him the flowers for the contribution that he was contributing to the work. You know what I'm saying? By making the beats and all that shit like that. Said they was dogging him out. You know what I mean? Just wasn't giving him his credit. He said he felt hella unappreciative when he was working with him. You know what I mean? So that's what you're going to see in this next clip. This is a clip of Scott Storch saying such on the PBD podcast. Check it out.
Because Dre was already Dre. But you weren't known at that point. I know you were with the Roots, but at this point, Dre was here. Where were you?
It's you should have your headphones on, man. I was the producer's producer. No, I mean, like, honestly, I started in the Roots and did a lot of stuff for them. Very underappreciated, and I was the guy who, like, again, came up with a lot of the nucleus of what that shit was, and I left the group and was told that I was like the Pete Best of the Roots. You know, Pete Best is the guy that quit the Beatles. Yeah. And like, I mean, even my girlfriend like broke up with me because of that and said, "Oh, you fucked up," and this and that. I was like, "No, I didn't. Like, I see bigger. I'm not going to go on the road with a bunch of guys that don't appreciate me and be like, that's the white guy who plays keys in the Roots." So no, I'm the fucking guy coming up with all the shit.
They didn't appreciate you.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, they called me the white devil. And I'm like the most harmonious, loving, non-racist person ever. And like, it just hurt me.
How'd you meet him? How'd you link up with them? Because I worked out to one of the songs from Roots.
Yeah,
the one that you did.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't made for the Roots. That song, after I left the Roots, they realized, I guess, that they needed me still. And I was, you know, I got my own little studio in this place called Sigma Sound where all the like disco stuff was recorded.
This is where? What city?
In Philly.
Okay.
And they record there downstairs. So of course they come upstairs and they're like, you got anything? And they saw I was working with this girl. I'm working with a girl who at the time worked at Urban Outfitters. And now she's one of the most legendary neo-soul legends, Jill Scott. Of course. So Jill Scott was not an artist. I was like, yo, you should be an artist. You're awesome. She was like working at Urban Outfitters and doing an off-Broadway rendition of Rent. And Questlove came in and heard what we were making. And he said, oh, I got to have this. And that was You Got Me, the song you like to work out to. And they told me, like, when I gave it to them, I was like, make sure Jill stays on it. And at the last minute, they switched it to Erykah Badu.
Huh.
But Jill wrote it.
Erykah Badu.
When I went to tell, like, the people in the Roots that, like, I was still, like, talking to sort of that I was going to work with Dre, they were like, you working with Dre 10 years too late, bro. Good luck. But yeah, and we went on the run of runs.
Did they really say that?
Yeah, they're just all haters.
What happened to those guys?
No, I mean, they're on the Jimmy Fallon show as a house band.
The Roots, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just dog them out, like, whatever. That was a part of my journey.
Same group, yeah. Can you pull them up, Rob? They're on Jimmy Fallon.
You know what I'm saying? That was Scott Storch letting you know that the Roots was dogging him out. You know what I'm saying? He said they called him the white devil and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't appreciative of what he worked. Said he was a producer's producer and all this and that. And the Roots wasn't feeling him. They was dogging him, calling him white this and white that. You know what I mean? I don't know what that shit is about. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was Scott Storch of what he was saying on the Roots on that podcast. Will Smith dropped a freestyle and mentioned Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time that Will Smith mentioned him in the music. You know what I mean? Blatantly was saying, talking about, because he had some bars about the stage. You know what I'm saying? About being disrespectful on the stage to me on the stage. I'm going to come up with you on the stage type shit. You know what I mean? So he did the shit, the freestyle. Apparently, when he apologized to shit, he didn't really feel no remorse by these bars that he is aiming towards towards Chris Rock after the slap situation. You know what I'm saying? This is him jumping back into his rap bag and being a rapper again, putting out freestyles and shit like that. You feel me? So this freestyle that he released, he mentioned Chris Rock and talked about the situation at the Grammys when he walked up there and slapped him. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just a video of the freestyle where he mentions that situation. Check it out. I hope y'all can hear it. I hope they don't have to copyright this shit, but we're gonna try it. Check it out.
I am the illest, the motherfucking illest. He's hitting up. Now I'm not the type of man to move in malicious ways, and I am too grown to play childish games. But if you're talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage. Jokers dish it out, cry foul when it's time to take it. A city full of real ones, wasn't raised to fake it. Jill to Meek Mill to the roots, it's all greatness. Global status from my Philly foundation. I am a trailblazer, I'ma tell my own story, I am the narrator.
As you seen, you know what I'm saying? That was a video of his little freestyle that he did. You know what I'm saying? To mention Chris Rock and him being up there on the stage and this and that, the whole little situation. You know what I mean? Eminem's daughter, Hailie, you know what I'm saying? Hailie had definitely put out, she was on, did an interview with People magazine. You know what I'm saying? There's no really clip of this because I think it's just in the magazine type shit, but she put out that she understands her father's battle for privacy and wanting to be left alone. Now that she's a parent, she gets that. She said, she told People magazine, you know what I'm saying? She said she understands. You know what I mean? She had definitely put that out and they were talking about it. It made a headline. And also, she got a little show coming out, you know what I'm saying, about her renovating her house. This was while she was pregnant, before the baby came. You know what I'm saying? So she got a little show called Just a Little Reno, as we know her podcast. She has a podcast called Just a Little Shady. You know what I'm saying? So she has said this and talked about her show. She talked about her show a lot on her podcast, you know what I mean? So the next little clips that you're about to see is just a clip of just somebody just telling you in a nutshell basically how she had an interview with People magazine and said that she understands her dad's views and battle for privacy and secrecy. You know what I'm saying? Now that she gets that, now that she is a parent herself. And then also I'm gonna show you the pilot trailer for her show that she got coming, renovating her house before the baby comes. Check these clips out.
Eminem's daughter comes with some terrifying downsides. Hailie Jade recently opened up about the struggle for privacy that comes with her famous last name. She admitted that she finally understands why her dad was so fiercely protective over the years. It's a constant balancing act. She wants to share the proud, joyful moments, especially now that she's a parent, but she's also extremely intentional about keeping certain parts of her life just for her family. And honestly, you can't blame her. Eminem has dealt with some seriously scary situations that prove why privacy is so important. He's had frightening stalker incidents. One man broke into his Michigan home back in 2020 using a brick. That same person was just sentenced to 30 years in prison for his crimes. It's a struggle Eminem knows all too well. So when Hailie talks about empathizing with her father's desire for privacy, it's not just about avoiding the spotlight. It's about protecting her family from the very real dangers that come with that level of fame.
Oh my gosh, you look ridiculous.
I told you we need to get started now.
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. Good?
Yeah.
Check it out. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, here you go.
I've never used a sledgehammer before.
All right, well, when you whack it, bring your hand down as you whack it so really get some momentum behind you.
Right.
I'm going to back away.
Yeah, you should. This is going to be, I'm really scared.
You've got this.
You think so?
You've got to be the one that does it. It's your house.
You're right. You're right.
You've got this.
Right. Okay.
That was good. Again? Yes, again.
Okay. I'm gonna blow my arm out of its socket. Okay, no, I'm for real this
but
time.
But actually hit it this time.
Okay, on 3.
Oh, there you go.
I think I got it. Did you see that?
Keep going.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
That was amazing.
Was that incredible or what?
I'm so proud of you.
I I can't believe I did that. My heart's racing. Are you impressed?
I'm impressed.
Okay, what's next?
Watching Brittany break the mantle was genuinely impressive. Part of me was wondering what kind of rage she has inside to be able to do that quickly, but she gave us the start we needed to start this project, so I'm thrilled.
I truly believed we were going to leave the demo to the professionals, but I guess we could do a pretty good job ourselves.
You know what I'm saying? Hailie Jade. You know what I mean? That was Hailie Jade. She did an interview with People Magazine that said that she had a stance. You know what I mean? Her father's fighting battle for secrecy and privacy. And also, I showed you the clip of the little trailer that she got for her show that is, I believe, has started or is coming soon. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's like 3 episodes or whatnot. They're about 10, 15 minutes each or something. I did a little quick look on her page. You know what I'm saying? On the podcast page. Yeah, but you can go and check that out on YouTube. Look up Just a Little Shady to check out her podcast, Eminem's Daughter. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That was 5 topics today. You know what I'm saying? 5 topics. That was the quick little news. You know what I mean? So now, yo, what's up? What's happening? Yeah, if you liking all this daily content that I'm posted Monday through Friday, you know what I'm saying, that you get Kons podcast, you know what I mean? I'm hitting you with something about these headlines, about these news, updating you on current shit that I might have talked about previously. If you fuck with Kons podcast, hit that subscribe button. Now's your time to do that. Do that right now. You know what I'm saying? To tell somebody about it, hit the like button too and comment on what you may think about what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, share, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit right now. Let's get back to the episode. Time for my closing thoughts on these said subjects. You know what I'm saying? So up first we had Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Chris Brown said he tired of being compared. Stop comparing me. All these goddamn comparisons. Comparing me to Usher. Comparing me to Michael Jackson and all this and that shit. Goddamn it, stop it. I don't want to be compared to nobody, this nigga said. You feel me? Stop doing that shit, he said. You know what I mean? He definitely let it be known that he didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? He said he don't want to be compared no more. He done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he don't want to be compared to nobody, especially if he said if you ain't been under the type of scrutiny that I've been under, the media pressure and all that shit, and still doing this shit 20 years later, nigga, don't compare me to no motherfucking body, nigga. I'm doing this shit to feed my family, get these bags, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And for the fans who really fuck with this Chris Brown movement, god damn it, stop comparing me. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be compared no more. I feel them on that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out here doing my own thing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be compared to nobody. You know what I mean? Especially me with this podcast shit. I don't want to be compared to nobody. Shit, I like being in my own lane with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever the fuck it is that I do. I want the fans to fuck with this shit because they want to fuck with it. You know what I mean? Because they fuck with this shit and fuck with what I'm doing on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I feel them. You know what I mean? Stop making these comparisons. Shit, I'm me. I'm my own lane. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit 20 years. So, you know, I feel them on that shit. You know what I mean? Not liking the comparisons and all that. Yeah, I wouldn't like it either. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you out here, you know what I mean? You got to defend your name and shit every chance you get. Step on stages. Motherfuckers want to boo you and shit. All to some shit that you did with Rihanna. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers can't get over that shit. So if I was Chris Brown's shoes, I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Stop comparing me. God damn it, I'm out here just trying to feed my family and go to work. I've been doing this shit 20 years. With y'all hating and shit. You know what I mean? So we said stop doing that shit. I'm tired of seeing it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that shit. Beyonce had a little incident at her motherfucking tour and shit. You know what I'm saying? While she was touring, she had a little incident. You know what I'm saying? She had a little incident. She was sitting on the car and the car started leaning. You know what I'm saying? The car started leaning down. Looked like one of the cables snapped or some shit. She was lowered down to safety. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Shout out to her for getting lowered down, though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got hurt shit. She didn't drop from that motherfucker. Man, that shit looked crazy, though, when she was up there leaning on that shit. I can't imagine what could have been going through her mind at the time, thinking like, yo, I'm Beyonce. I ain't trying to die on this motherfucking tour. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I mean? That shit was leaning like a motherfucker, though. You know what I'm saying? She definitely had to signal her people and they lowered her down. You know what I mean? Fortunately, you know what I'm saying, nobody was hurting shit doing that shit. That shit must have been crazy as fuck. Even the witness, you know what I'm saying? If you were sitting there in the audience and you see that shit snap down and she did the leaning and shit, you know what I mean? A lot of people definitely were struck with a bunch of worry, probably for sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I actually like that song 16 Candles, you know what I mean? So I would have been into it if I was there. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the songs I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And then this thing snapped, see her leaning and shit, and she holding on for dear life and shit. You know what I mean? Shit must have been crazy as a motherfucking see. You know what I'm saying? You don't expect little mishaps and malfunctions to go wrong and shit like that when you pay your money and go to a concert. You know what I'm saying? You expect everything to be motherfucking smooth. You know what I mean? But that's what's up. They was able to get her down to safety though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got hurt. She didn't fall on nobody's head and nothing, had to deal with lawsuits and shit like that. You know what I mean? Scott Storch, you know what I'm saying? Scott Storch went on that podcast and talked bad on the Roots. You know what I mean? Said they were calling him white devil and shit like that, unappreciative of his work and shit. I don't know the beef between that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you can't discredit the Roots, though, no matter what the fuck you say about them. You feel me? They too loved out here. You know what I'm saying? The Roots is too loved by the streets, by white folks, by the upper media, the upper people, the lower people, people in the hood, people in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fuck with the Roots. Jimmy Kimmel got them niggas on another stage, another level. You know what I'm saying? And being that they are the band of his show, you feel me? You can't really say nothing bad on these niggas. These niggas is not gonna get discredited by no kind of fan or no audience or none of that. Motherfuckers ain't gonna stop following them, stop listening to their music, supporting and none of that based off what you saying, Scott Storch. You feel me? It's fucked up that you experienced that, but they're not going to lose nothing from you saying this. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. They the Roots. You know what I'm saying? They pioneers. They legends. You feel me? You are a legend too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they was calling you all this type of shit. You feel me? I don't know. That's on your side of the story. Maybe they have a side of that from them. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hear as to what was going on. Maybe that was funking. Maybe y'all was funking. Maybe y'all had some disagreements. I don't know why they would be calling you white devil and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some Philly niggas, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something had to go on, though. It got to be two sides of the story, you know what I mean? That's what I feel about that shit, you know what I'm saying? Will Smith went on in his rapper bag, getting in his rapper bag lately and dropping freestyles and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Been trying to get in his bars and shit, hanging around Joyner Lucas and shit like that, getting in his rap bag, you know what I'm saying? He hit a freestyle and got to mentioning Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the clip, you feel me? Hopefully they'll keep it in, but yeah, I put the clip up, you know what I'm saying, where he freestyled and mentioned the stage, you know what I mean? You get disrespectful on that stage, you're gonna have to see me on that stage, you feel me? Like, mention the whole shit, detail, you know what I'm saying? That he talking about the Chris Rock slap, you feel me? So I guess all his apologies and shit was not for a goddamn thing. Maybe that was just because he got caught and he was being pressured and told to apologize to the media and in the public and shit by his publicists and shit like that. Clearly, he didn't mean no apology, and he don't have no motherfucking remorse for that nigga Chris Rock. Apparently, he stands on the fact that he slapped the dog shit out that nigga in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? Being that he made a freestyle, put that shit in the bars. You feel me? Maybe he thought, oh, this should be dope for my rap image. You know what I'm saying? Let me adapt and accept this little beef, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? With Chris Rock. Yeah, I mean, since people are so seem to be talking about this slap, maybe I'm going to ride on this. Maybe I'll ride the wave. Maybe that's good for my rap bag, being I'm trying to be rapping again. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing he taking with it. You know what I mean? I don't know why you would bring up bars and mention that shit again if you done went on a whole little press run and damn near looked like you damn near crying and you felt bad and all this type of shit, and then mention it in bars, doubling down on the shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To me, that look bad on your credibility, you know what I'm saying? Look bad on your man as a word, you know what I mean? Your word as a man, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you said, you felt bad, you apologize and shit, and then you doubling down and bringing it up again in the freestyle, you know what I mean? That it went viral, going viral, people seeing it and shit, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's snake shit. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you double down and said you apologized, you felt bad and all this type of shit, and then you making a rap song, putting it in bars and shit, doubling down on it happening again, yeah, that's only, you know, you liable to be called a snake for that by everybody in Chris Rock's camp, you know, for sure. I think that's definitely some snake behavior. You know what I mean? If you was trying to put it past you, apologizing, you felt bad and all that shit, it should be put past you and you should have felt bad about it. Clearly you did not, you feel me? Eminem's daughter says she understands what it feels like, how that nigga used to fight and battle for his privacy, you know what I'm saying? Being that Eminem has had stalkers and all this and that, and Hailie Jade is a new parent, says she understands now what her father used to be going through and all this type of shit. You feel me? Said she get it now that she is a parent. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? I knew one day she'll understand. You know what I'm saying? She definitely understands her father's chaos and madness. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And all the shit he used to do as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Try to protect her and all this and that. You feel me? She said she still cries when she listens to the song that he did about her, and he was talking about how he missing the weddings and all this shit in that one song. I can't think of the name of it, but we all know the song. You know what I'm saying? He put it down and dedicated it to her. She cries when she listens to it. You know what I mean? She also got the little show coming, which is something that should be something cool to see. You know what I'm saying? This is when she was renovating her house and shit like that when she was pregnant with this baby. You feel me? Trying to get it done before the baby came and shit. So, you know what I mean? That shit is something to look out. You know what I mean? Something to see. You know what I'm saying? Get a little extra insight on Eminem's daughter, Hailie. You know what I mean? See what she been up to. You know what I'm saying? Apparently she is good at renovating things and renovating houses and shit like that. Apparently that's like along the lines of what she kind of does. You feel me? I think she's doing that not only for her house, but I think she gonna be doing that shit like for other people as well, I believe. I'm not sure though. You can look that shit up though, you know what I mean? On her little, just a little shady podcast, you know what I'm saying? But that's dope, you know what I mean? That's like a full circle moment, you know what I mean? I'm sure she had a lot of those since she had her child, you know what I mean? A lot of them full circle moments, you know what I mean? Thinking back to shit that her dad used to do and all the protection and how he was trying to keep her safe and all this and that. So now she a parent herself and understanding everything that her dad was doing for her. You feel me? That is full circle moments. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hailie. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hailie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's the 5 topics I have for today. 5 of them. You feel me? To start your Monday off, episode 269. You know what I mean? 5 of these good old topics. And then I just let you know my closing thoughts on these topics. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. You feel me? Hope you enjoyed this episode 269. Hope I put you up on something that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Hope you tell somebody about it. You could have been doing anything you wanted to do when you seen the notification, but you clicked on it and wanted to see what it was. You know what I'm saying? And I fucks with you. You feel me? No matter who you are, whether you was a little brother or a little sister, whether you was an older brother or older sister, whether you was a niece, a nephew, an auntie, an uncle, whether you was a grandma, a grandpa, whether you was a mother, a father, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little niece, whoever you are, you know what I'm saying? If y'all got pets, you feel me? And y'all pets are sitting there too, and y'all watching the Kons podcast with your pets right there with you. Whether your pet is a cat, you have a pet dog, you have a pet hedgehog, goddamn, you have a pet ferret, you have a pet motherfucking squirrel, you have a pet flying squirrel, you have a pet pigeon, you have a pet parrot, you have a pet fucking dragon, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? You can have a pet alligator, shit out this motherfucker, wherever your pet is, you feel me? I definitely fucks with him, like you see my nigga emoji, you know what I'm saying? My emoji homie, my homie emoji, you feel me? Scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? Giving you that good salute. Thank you for being here, you know what I'm saying? Saluting you, you know what I mean? You deserve all the salutes for fucking with Kons podcast, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. You hear that beat getting louder in the background, you know what I'm saying? That means we concluded episode 269. You know what I mean? Yeah, the beat you hear, you know what I'm saying? This beat was made by motherfucking amazing motherfucking beats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Recipes of my nigga O, man, you feel me? But yeah, this beat was made by amazing beats. You beat to hear this beat that you hear. God damn it, creeping up in the background. You feel me? I'm tired and it's kicking in now by the end of this episode. God damn it. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, man. This Kons podcast, made episode 269, man. I hope you learned something you didn't know.
Kons motherfucking podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
Don't you? You hate me, 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 don't you? Don't you? hate me, don't you? You 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 hate me, don't you?